Good morning, everybody. We done at shop this morning. Really, I guess it's the first day I've been down here with intentions of doing anything in the last week and 4 days, because my old knee's been giving me a lot of problems. I have tried to keep the squash picked. My wife helped me some with that. Got the blueberries picked yesterday, which they're not really doing that well this year. Had some storms come through, heavy rains, high winds, a lot of lightning, no damage or anything. Corn got laid over a little bit, but I think it'll pull back around. Corn tossing out a little more. Just dealing with what life has thrown at us the last week, 10 days. It makes you kind of really think too when you find yourself where you can't do what you enjoy doing, much less what you need to do. I mean, it's just like I'm sitting up there at the house hurting, knee all swole up. I like what somebody said, oh, you just got to push through the pain. You know, a person with a broke leg's not going to push through the pain. It's got to heal before you start pushing anything. I want to do a knee replacement. I don't know. I don't like the idea of it. You know, at some point, you know, it's probably better for your quality of life to go ahead and do it. But I just sitting here at the shop, thought I'd do a little morning update. I mean, I may take you out to the garden. Hadn't even done my little prayer walk this morning, so I might just skip around through that too with the video. I was sitting here leaning on my old tractor, and there you go. And of course, old Buster Clyde, you right here with me, ain't you? He's my buddy. He's wanting to go for a walk. Are you ready to go for a walk, Buster? Are you ready to go for a walk? He is. He's ready. I just thinking about this old tractor. You know, it's old as I am. It's a 62 model. I'm a 62 model. Both of us pushing 61 years old. Looks like I have lost a pin there. Glad I seen that. Yeah, it's hard to do something with one hand, isn't it? Well, I'll come back to it when I got two hands. And I seen that in that little walk around. I guess eventually it just fell out. But yeah, I just thinking, if this old tractor could talk, imagine the stories it'd tell. I mean, this thing's 61 years old. And if you look back on some previous videos, it was one rough tractor when I got it. And it's no cream puff now. I mean, you know, if somebody were to come in here and buy this thing, they'd probably get home and say, oh, that's not near as good a tractor as I thought it was. But like me, it still runs. It can still get a little bit done. But unlike me, it could be restored to a like new condition. I don't think they're gonna restore me to a like new condition. I think the best they're gonna do is just keep me running a few more years. But I don't know a lot about the history of the tractor. I bought it from a boy up in North Alabama. He's a young guy in his 20s. I think he had this idea of fixing up an old tractor and realized it's going to cost him more than it was worth, and it's cost me more than it's worth. I've got way more tied up in that tractor than anybody would give me for it. And it's nothing special. It's not like it's, you know, it's not like it's in great shape, but it's very functional for me. I enjoy it. Boy, I'm telling you, our old tomatoes, we fixing to have plenty of them. Peppers. I'm gonna spend a little time today just giving stuff away, because I kind of think I need a break from slicing and putting squash in the freezer. Peppers, you know, we just put them in a bag and freeze them, save them to another day. I think I'm gonna spend most of my day cleaning up this old motor right here that we got disassembled. I'm gonna get my little hot vat heated up and just start putting stuff in there and getting it clean and getting this thing ready to put back together. I have not focused on it like I should. Like I said, my son's old truck, when he went and bought another truck, this and all of a sudden didn't have priority like it did to begin with. And he, went and bought a four-wheel drive Chevrolet, which I love the truck. It's beautiful. There's nothing wrong with it. It's, $40,000, $50,000 debt. Biggest thing I see wrong with it. And all my vehicles are paid for, but there again, they're old, they're ragged old trucks. I mean, Toyota's it's got 220,000 miles on it, I think. I mean, it still runs good. I did buy it new, only vehicle I ever bought new in my life. And that's just, Dad passed away, got a little bit of money. Got about $15,000 out of the state, and I had another old truck that was worth about that much, and went down there and traded it in and ended up with that old Toyota. I can't complain about that truck. It's been that good. And the only thing I've done to it since I own it's in batteries and brakes. And it's just had one set of brakes put on it. It's probably had 6 or 8 batteries put in it. I was listening, oh boy, got another channel on here. Like me, you probably watch a bunch of different channels. And I listened to that old boy up there to, Beer, Bourbon, and Tractors, I think. He's good now, he's good. He can, he is flat good at restoring something and making it look 10 times better than new. I mean, he's just good at it. I'm just impressed with his abilities, his skills. You put a paint gun in my hand, it's probably not going to turn out real well. It'd be all right for tractors and equipment, stuff like that. But you want something nice. I guess I probably want to call somebody else besides me. Mechanically, I can get something as good a shape as it could be in, or as good a shape as I'm willing to spend to get it in. Well, anyways, we're gonna keep moving. We got a couple little projects, like I said, clean up a bunch of stuff, and I'm gonna straighten the shop up. May run over to the lumber yard, get me some 5/4 boards and put underneath that sink. And I'm gonna skip around with these videos and maybe sew one of them together at the end of the day and post it out there. Old Buster, he's up there waiting on me. He's like, "Come on, Daddy," or whatever he calls me. I wonder, I have to wonder what goes on in a dog's mind. They're pretty smart, and as a rule, they're definitely creatures of habit. Well, alright, old corn's looking good. As bad as it was blown over the other day, it's just kind of pulled on back around. So I like seeing that. Alright, I'll catch y'all up a little later on. I'm just gonna sit down here on my little old stool and just most time I plan what I'm gonna do right here. I'll sit down here about 8 or 10 minutes and think about what I'm gonna do, and then I get up and I walk over to the cross, another little rock over here. I got people to pray for every day. Then I generally go over at the next rock. It's kind of on a hill, and in the winter time looks over across a nice valley, and it's just usually I just sit there and meditate and praise God and thank Him for His grace and get me through another day. And although I would like to financially be in a lot better position than I am, it's you know, I still can't do nothing, just praise him for where I'm at in life. And I got several projects I'm wanting to do. Not sure how I'm gonna finance them. I got a kick out of boy on that channel I mentioned a while ago. He started GoFundMe accounts for his project, and I thought, well, that'd be a good idea. What y'all think about that idea? Start a GoFundMe account for different projects. GoFundMe for the 65 Ford, or GoFundMe for a 62 Farmall, or GoFundMe for, I don't know what else you could do. You know, I guess there's several projects I gotta want to do. My wife would love it if I had a GoFundMe for finish all the projects I've started around the house and hadn't finished. So anyways, I don't know, I thought that was, you know, he's got a lot of followers though. He's got 2,000 or 3,000 followers, so he could probably pick up $1 or $2 that way. I doubt it'd work out no further than I am along this deal. But anyways, I enjoy it. For some reason I like it. I had the neatest thing happen. I'll tell you this quick story, and I'm gonna shut the camera off and finish my walk and get busy. But my grandbaby, love her to death. She's really not my biological grandbaby. She's my wife's biological, but I love her just like she was my own kid, you know. I mean, she's just, and she loves her pawpaw too. But we were sitting there watching CoComelon the other day. She comes in there, crawls up my lap. She'll get my phone. She's 3 years old, and she can go straight to YouTube. She can find CoComelon. I mean, it's like she can't even read, but she can hit that button and scroll. She recognizes the word CoComelon and click on it, start scrolling till she finds the one she wants to see and start watching it. And then she used to get all upset when the skip ads come on, you know, like, Pawpaw, fix it. She don't do that no more. She just puts her thumb over where the skip ad is and wait till the skip ad button comes up, and then she mashes it and just goes right on. But anyway, so this is what I'm getting at. So we're watching CoComelon, and you know, and she's entertained by it, and I said, watch this. And I skipped over to my Bama Tractor channel and clicked on it, and you know, it was showing me on the YouTube channel, and she just got an absolute kick out of that. I felt like I just enjoyed the fact that she laughed so hard when she seen me on this, you know, on that screen, you know. But anyways, I got a kick out of that, and she did too. So it was brought a lot of joy to me. So I guess the whole channel was good for nothing else. It was just to get a laugh out of my grandbaby, and so anyways, I just thought I'd share that story. Well, let me get about my morning, and I'll talk to you later. All right, got the camera back on again. I done made my little walk over the cross and over the orchard, back around to my little old lower garden here. And went over by the orchard where I sit, and a bunch of what I thought was quail took off. And then I seen another big old bird take off, go up my tree. I said, well, that's the hawk. You know, we got a couple of hawks running around here. And I got looking. I said, no, that's not the hawk. That's a turkey right there. So that was some of her young'uns in the woods. That wasn't quail. That was just baby turkey. And mama got up there on a limb. I guess she's watching them as they went off down the hill toward my neighbor's pond. And which come fall, there'll be turkey just wandering across this property. Then you hear the hawk off out in the woods. There is a hawk out there. You can hear it carrying on. I'm thinking, yeah, that hawk's just waiting for that mama to not pay no attention to them kids for a few minutes and swoop down and get them a little turkey dinner. Well, isn't that kind of how life is, you know? If us parents don't keep an eye on our kids, something's going to get them in this world. We live in a rough old world right now. There's something out there trying to get them, whether it's drugs or crime or just all kinds of things that I could mention. It's not going to go into. But you know, parents, we got to keep an eye on our kids. We got to protect them. We got to protect them just like that mama turkey's doing out there. She's watching every move they make. And how about even in nature, things don't always work out like they're supposed to. But I thought that was just a little lesson in nature worth mentioning. And went down through my blueberry patch, which I picked yesterday evening, probably at 6 or 7 o'clock before dark anyways. Picked squash. And I guess maybe I got a half a gallon of blueberries. Well, there's probably another half a gallon out there in these picked today. So I'll get out there this afternoon. I'll skim over and pick me up another half a gallon of blueberries. Squash, I mean, yeah, I picked it late yesterday and it definitely needs picked again. And I imagine when all this corn comes in, that's going to be a rough few days right there. I mean, we're going to have to hustle in, get this corn off these stalks and get it cut off the ears and cooked and in the freezer. But anyways, I guess what I was going to get at, the little short of that story is, if you're gardening, you got a garden, or if you're, especially farming. I mean, farming is like a 24-hour day job. I mean, you're going to bed thinking what all you either should have done or got to do. I worked on a farm for several years when I was in my teens, and I tell you what, I watched that old boy. He made a living doing it, made a living his entire life. Old brother J.D. Cato. I mean, he's like a second dad to me, but I'm telling you what, he worked. That man worked. I mean, he worked till he was way on up in his years. And so I realized how much work goes into farming. If nothing else, I learned from him how much work goes into farming. He wasn't one of these guys that's, that borrowed millions of dollars from the federal government to buy $250,000 tractors. He had a lot of, I'd say he probably was sitting on a couple of 100 acres where he lived, but he had a lot of fields around him that he leased. He'd go in there and plant them and get the crops off of them. And so his farm was spread out a good little bit. But he grew a lot of corn, okra, tomatoes, watermelons, purple hull peas, butter beans. I had a pretty good size herd of cows, had quite a few pigs. And he kept it going. I mean, we kept them old Ford 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 tractors running. Had an old David Brown. Everything he had was just, older used equipment that we kept running. But hey, he'd borrow a little money to get the farm started, and he'd pay it back in the fall. He wasn't borrowing from the federal government. He actually had a little deal with a local bank here. And there was a couple of years just didn't work out quite right. I mean, he borrowed money, and basically they had to, looked like to me, they had just tote the note to the next year. But he made it all work out, always did. But there was always something against you when you was farming. I mean, if you had a drought or just constant rain, you could lose your crops. And then if you had a great crop, it was just a wonderful year. I mean, everything just produced in its maximum abundance. Then you go down, everybody else did too, and then you couldn't get a good price for your product because it was so plentiful. I don't know. I watched farming for a bunch of years through his eyes, and it just seems like a tough business to be in. But I'm doing it for pleasure, for homesteading, for putting stuff in the freezer, for eating fresh vegetables, for, you know, all those reasons. I got a whole different reason for doing this than he does. For the joy of using a Farmall tractor. How about that? Well, anyways, that was just, you know, two things I guess got out of that little walk right there, that, you know, how this mama turkeys keep an eye on these kids, and how we got to watch our kids and protect them from the world. And I apply that to my grandkids as well as my kids now. And then in this old garden here, you got to do this every day. And every day you got to be out here doing something. Every day you got to be watching for whatever, whether it's insects or picking it or whatever. You just got to keep an eye on it. And so anyways, maybe I'll wind this old video up right here. I don't know, I'm fixing to go back to the shop, get busy cleaning some stuff up. Actually, first thing I'm gonna do, I think, is run some of yesterday and day before yesterday squash over to one of my neighbors and my brother, and make a run to the mailbox. I may take off over to the lumber yard and get me some 5/4 boards, and then get busy doing some stuff like that. So anyways, have a wonderful, blessed day, and we will catch you later.